Change 2018. Hello, Will.
Hello, Jack. How are you?
I'm very well.
Good.
Hello, Lisa.
Hello, Jack. Hello.
Yeah, no, nice to have you back because you were working last time we were doing this, weren't you?
Yes, the video
Yes.
was delayed last
Yes.
week.
It was
when we were
delayed.
doing
about
this.
that,
Yeah.
We're actually going to address the original idea of what Change 2018 was all about. It's the one thing we don't like talking about, and we try not to do it too often, and we've done 7 of these before we've actually had a whole thing based around this. But your change, what we can do with your change, how you can get your change to us. It's a very empty pot there. And yes, just all it's full. All the exciting things that happen when you put change into a pot and give it to us. So, Will, I know this is one of your things that you
Yes.
go on and on and on about. What kind of things could change at House of Bread with the lovely people's change at home?
Right. Well, just about everything, really.
There we go. So
yeah.
join us next week.
Let me give you some specifics of what your change can change. Because we trade in everything, including money, anything that we need to do in terms of enhancing our service, adding value to our service,
Well, and of course, the most important thing is maintaining the
and
service.
maintaining the building
Yes.
requires us to pay in real money.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking, well, I'm, £5 here or £10 here isn't going to make a difference, it absolutely does.
It will.
And a good example is the folks who commit to a regular direct debit, because what that allows us to do, and the Treasury finance man John, if you're watching, you'll endorse this. It allows us to have a consistency of income, which means we can start planning for the future, and that's crucial in
Yeah.
how we deliver the service through. Because it's no good starting a project and discovering we can't fund it. So the change that's coming in, either as a like your collection pot is invaluable, but the change in terms of committing whatever value you can afford. And I know people are under pressure. There's a lot of requests for funding, but it will enable us to start planning and developing a strategy that delivers on the crucial things like the utility costs, which that come in regularly, as we all know personally.
Well, and I think one thing we do very good at House of Bread is we say yes to a boatload of stuff.
We
and
do.
A lot of the things we say yes to reduce our costs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that means we can run the service that we
We are.
run, which is, for the size of us three
Yeah.
here and the size of our charity, is fairly competent and fairly big for how big the charity is. But the reason that is the case is because how low our costs are with our surplus food collection. We can make great food, go into Nando's and KFC.
Yep.
But what that means is we can run House of Bread on the funds that we have, but to move on we need more.
Yeah.
And it's not always been an issue for us, because we've moved with the times, I guess. The more people that we've come in, the more generous the community have been, and it's just been absolutely fantastic. But we have now delusions of grandeur. No,
Yeah.
we have
In a good
visions of a
way.
future that mean House of Bread can make a real effect
Yeah.
in Stafford and make a real change.
And it's all about sustainability. So we pick people up at their point of crisis and then sort of develop it through, don't we?
Yep.
And we've talked about this gap, this sort of £2,000 gap, which has shrunk over the last couple of weeks, certainly since we've been running Change 2018. And we need to make that disappear and to put ourselves in a position of having more coming in that's going out. But we manage your funds, and we would say this, but genuinely, we manage your funds extremely successfully.
Yeah.
Every pound donated, 100% of that goes direct to frontline work and activity and support behind it. It's developing those relationships with people who no matter where they are, in what capacity. And also, we drive on this a lot. It's about utilising people's experience. So you've been recently going through, and we've been contacting our volunteers as part of another process that we'll talk about later in the month. But it's about how we care for those individuals, and you make a difference. The change that you bring makes
Yes.
a difference. And I think perhaps people get hooked really too much in worrying about how much change they're donating or how much funds they're giving us. It absolutely makes a difference. Literally every penny
It
counts.
really does.
So your little magic box that you've been collecting your pennies,
Yes.
it all helps. So I worry that people sometimes get overwhelmed by things and they think, gosh, I can't make any difference. But actually, if we all make a small difference, our outcomes, in terms of our outcomes for our friends, we can turn people, we can be a part of a system of turning people around.
It's everybody doing a little bit rather than expecting
Yes.
a few people to do a lot.
And it really does make a difference.
It does.
Like we've been saying, and it's the difference between somebody coming down and having something that, yes, they're coming for help, and yes, they can see that help and they get that help, rather than coming down and seeing that they can get the help, but they have a great experience while they're getting that help, and find that it's, you know, people actually care about their situation. That's the important thing.
The enhancement is that the food bag that we give out is more than just a food bag. There's the whole experience of coming there, it's the advice, it's the support. It's a very holistic approach to how we manage your needs, and we wouldn't dream of giving somebody a bag in isolation, because what we need to understand is how they've got to that place and how they can get out of that wretched vicious circle.
And there you go, that's how much we don't like talking about it. In a few minutes there we went from talking about your change to talking about things completely different. So yes, if you are thinking of giving us money, I mean, you can see how passionate we are about this. Come down and see.
Absolutely.
Come down and, you know, if you don't want to just give us money for nothing, come down and eat some of the food and give us some money for how much you enjoyed that food. Because that's what we want the Cafe 43 to be, is somewhere where everybody can come and be part of the community, because the people we help have been marginalised outside of the community, and to get the community to come to our cafe and join in with these people would be absolutely brilliant. Right, we will leave that there. Thank you very much, Will and Lisa.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to go over to YouTube and watch HoBNews. Find out about all the latest ongoings with House of Bread. But for Change 2018, that is it for this update. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.